Hey guys, it's me, Jen,
And I'm Liam, and welcome to Unlimited Time Magic.
where the magic is you.
Enjoy the episode, and we'll see you on Main Street. Bye!
M&M's. Mommy made me mash my M&M's.
So long, farewell to you, my
Don't.
friend.
Oh, you know what song I was thinking of?
What's that?
Saying goodbye. Why is it hard?
Is that a Miss Piggy song too, or do you just sound like that?
I just sound like that. No, it's from the Muppets.
Oh, okay. I was just being mean, but you
Time
actually...
for saying goodbye. And I gotta look up the
Happy
words.
trails to
To you
until we meet again.
Okay, wait.
Hi, everyone.
Happy trails to you. Okay, I was just looking up the lyrics to that song.
I keep disassociating. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the last episode of season 3, or as we call it,
these words, y'all. Listen to these words. Okay. Saying goodbye. I won't sing it. Going away seems like goodbye is such a hard thing to say. Touching a hand, wondering why. It's time for saying goodbye.
Jen's crying. Jen's a mess.
No, I'm all right.
Jen's in mourning. Right. I'm in the what seems to be in the Secret Service program because of how dark this room is. But
he's actually been in the witness protection program the entire time.
My real name is Whitney Carson, and hello, I'm from Massachusetts.
He witnessed a crime at the Piggly Wiggly, and
now we are here. Hi everyone, welcome to the last episode.
If you're just joining us, I'm sorry that you're late, but you could go back and listen to the other episodes.
And like 5 vlogs to watch. You're welcome.
That's like a whole snow day and a few hours. So
that's 30 out. That's a lot.
It's almost a work week.
Oh, and look who has arrived.
Cassiopeia. When we do Unlimited Time Magic, the musical, we need a whole song about Cassiopeia.
She'll be the music director.
Yeah, I love that. She would do such a good job.
I'm gonna rub her butt and her tummy at the same time. That's her favorite.
Oh.
Hey, well, y'all, what's in store for this episode? We don't really know, but we're going to walk down memory lane together.
We're going to take a look back at all of the things. Wait, I'll read the second verse.
Oh my God.
Saying goodbye, why is it sad? Makes us remember the good times we've had. Much more to say, foolish to try. It's time for saying goodbye.
Okay.
I'm done now.
That
I'm not though, except
something in me.
Oh yeah. I will when the timing is right, because I think we have established that I have impeccable timing. Do you know what my son said to me today? Swear in the car. I said something that I thought was really funny, and he looked at me totally deadpan, and he said, "How is it that you are an entertainer?"
Oh damn. Red. It's like a Yelp review.
It was a sick burn.
It was a sick burn. I hope you know that last week when we discussed Magic Kingdom, I cut 7 minutes of us talking about Jennifer Coolidge. 7 minutes.
And I'm going to tell you, it was, and then we're watching.
It was a good 7 minutes, but
we're watching Legally Blonde last night, which for some inexplicable reason, my husband had never seen. And he goes, "Is that Jennifer Coolidge?" And I said, "Yes, that is Jennifer Coolidge."
Good job, straight man. You found the Jennifer Coolidge.
But again, we knew who she was when y'all were still like, that blonde girl that's in Legally Blonde, but not her, the other blonde girl.
Not Hillary Duff. Yeah, no. So I'm
Hillary Duff isn't in Legally Blonde.
Oh shit. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Cinderella Story.
Cinderella, yeah.
Cinderella Story, she is also in that.
You're so dumb. I'm not going to do a podcast with you anymore.
Well, you're not very pretty and you're not very bright.
I'll literally all week, all I've heard in my head since we recorded last week was, "Have you seen these gays?
They're trying to kill me." I still haven't seen White Lotus, so I kind of understand it, but not
I
really.
know,
And
but
everyone
that's
tells me
really,
that like the White Lotus, like it's something that is down my alley. I just don't.
I haven't even seen it. And that line is like but I've seen that scene and it's
Yeah,
funny.
it's very funny.
Um,
It's very
so
funny.
we saw a movie yesterday.
Oh, I saw this on your story. Why? Because she does 900 stories about this movie, and I went all for Sigourney Weaver. Really?
No,
My cat's
no,
just screaming at the garage door because she likes to sit in there for alone time, but we're not going to put her in there.
oh, well, that can be one of her. That's where she can do her soliloquy in A Limited Time Magic, the podcast, the musical.
Yeah, we'll
Can
probably
be
get
in there.
replaced because we'll
Yeah.
both be too old.
Who
They're
would
be like,
play us? Who would play us in Unlimited Time Magic, the podcast, the musical?
Well, I mean, yours is easy.
Why? Who?
I don't see it, but every single time they're like, everybody says to me who I look like. And I'm like, okay,
Who?
Jen LaForge.
Who do I look like? I don't know who I look like.
You literally say this every single time when somebody's like, oh, you know, you look like someone. What celebrity? You just quoted her too.
I don't look like Jennifer Coolidge.
You quoted her before we started this episode. You said her line from the film she is in.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. I do. What's her name? Now I can't think of her name either.
Molly Shannon.
Oh, Molly Shannon. Yeah, no, Molly Shannon, except for the fact that I'm pretty sure Molly Shannon is a smidge older than me.
Well, that's the reason.
Yeah. So how's that going to work? Because by the time we may have to both be dead before we enter into so much fame that someone does. I don't think we'll need to be as dead as Alexander Hamilton.
Stritch. Oh, that's who I think will play me, Elaine Stritch, the ghost of Elaine Stritch. It's true.
Oh Lord.
It's true.
Yeah. So now I can't stop thinking about now who's going to play you though? I'm trying to think. I mean, they would have to like not even be born yet.
The kid who is young Sheldon. That kid.
Yes, that is
we both
obvious.
Have big heads.
That is obvious. That would work.
And well. For you, I mean, yeah, it's like all the funny people are like either a little bit younger than you or a little bit older, so it doesn't really work out. Your generation of people are quite funny.
We're stuck with the J-Los and the not J-Lo. Yeah, J-Lo. J-Lo, Jennifer Aniston.
You guys have the good ones. Jenna Aniston's your age.
Yes, ma'am, sir.
Yes, ma'am, sir. Idiot.
Yes, them.
Yes, that should be it. Yes, them. Tron opened this week or is doing previews. All my friends say it's short.
What?
Which we call that.
What? People are saying it's short. Well, I mean, I suppose it's good to leave the people wanting more, right?
Guess that we'll have to wait for the. What if it just stopped? Like the ride, like as you were on it, they're like, we couldn't finish.
That's all we can fit. Y'all didn't want to lose the railroad, so this is what you get.
So sorry, you just gotta get out of the vehicle and walk back to the lockers. No, I mean, it looks cool. I just have no interest. Like I'm trying to get in on the cast preview dates. I know so many cast members, like one of you has to bring me, but I have rehearsal from 10 to 6. So there's no, like, I can't really go, but I'm trying to, because I would rather do it in cast preview and then not go on it for the first year.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably end up paying to write it as I do. Because I'll be there.
Rich.
I don't know when the DVC. Yeah, because that's the definition. If you can pay, if you can pay for a fancy ride, if you can pay for a fancy ride at Disney World, you are now officially rich. That's how they define it. I don't know when they're doing the DVC member previews, and I don't even know if I'm going to be there when it's happening. I don't know if they announced it or maybe they did.
I have no idea.
That tells you how much I care about it. I haven't even been like,
I just don't care, but it does look very pretty.
Yeah. And I think, in all honesty, I think it's going to be enjoyable. I think it's going to be a super fun, like, family experience. I love that it's kind of outside, kind of not outside. Right.
So it looks like the queue is all inside, which I like.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think we're being too hard on it. Bless its heart.
But
I
I
think
also don't. Here's a big pet peeve of Disney people: people who don't believe in pre-shows.
who doesn't believe in a good
Plenty
pre-show?
of people. I think like
I
all
love a good
ears. Me
pre-show.
too. All ears or one of the other platforms was like the things we like about Tron. Hint: it has a very short pre-show. Like,
Yeah, well, they probably also aren't into foreplay. Feel free to cut that out.
I have to keep it. It's our last episode. If I try to cancel you on the last episode, that'd be a way to go out. We all know that you all are here because of Jen LaForde's PG rating on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
podcast. She's very G on her channel.
I am
Here we're
for the
PG.
most part.
It's
Although
Samantha
my
Brown on Bravo, not Samantha Brown on the Travel Network.
that's right. That's right. She was a little spicier when she was on.
When
Was she on Bravo?
no,
No,
not
when
at
she
all.
was on.
When she guests on other places, she's a little
Yeah, she's
naughtier.
a little spicier.
I
Yeah,
love her
there's a whole lot
Instagram.
of us.
She's kind of like translated to Instagram pretty well, so good for her.
She has,
She does
and
reels and she does Q&As, and I'm like, all right, Sam.
yeah, and she and I are the same age. Another person that is my
Jesus
same age.
Christ.
I
You
know.
what? I think my
It's
dog,
exhausting.
same age as me.
Same age. Same
My
age.
receptionists,
Same
every
age.
single doctor.
You know who's
same age.
not my same age? James effing Cameron. Not my same age.
Oh, because you want to talk about
And-
Avatar 2.
No, I don't. I
as
don't.
I call about
I
it,
don't.
Moana, Way of Water.
I do not need to talk about it. I just would like
Were
to
you
go on
angry?
record as say I'm a little angry. I'm a little angry. I think it was a little irresponsible. I think the film is irresponsible. I think the gun violence is irresponsible. I think the child character killing somebody with an automatic rifle
Did he kill a bad person? Is that why they did it?
Yes, but we wonder why we have 6-year-olds that go to school and I like
Yeah, James, you gotta read the room there,
like
buddy.
and I swear. So this is the part that I find super, super interesting. I am not, as you are aware, a big conspiracy theory person, but if you Google Avatar 2 violence, all you get for page after page after page is quotes from James Cameron's interview about how he cut 10 minutes because he didn't want the film to be about gun violence, which I'm sorry, but that is a media takeover to keep the conversation going the way
About
he wanted the
Avatar.
conversation to go. And nothing about the actual, you have to go really like 6 pages in on Google to find actual
and it would
reviews.
be different if the outcome of the film was a conversation piece about gun violence with children.
Correct.
Very different. But the fact that it is a celebrated win for the protagonists of Avatar 2, I think is the problem. So it's like, it's not even you're really adding anything, James. You're just making this about you. I'm like, why?
And then you have animal violence that even though it's a Na'vi animal and doesn't exist, it's still horrific. Like, and I really thought maybe I was being overly sensitive until I posted that on my story. You would not believe the DMs I am getting. I'm getting DMs from people that went home and cried for an hour. I'm getting DMs from people who said they were having panic attacks in the theater, people who wanted to leave so bad, but the people that were with them, they felt like they couldn't walk out, which let me just say categorically, and then I won't go on and on about this. I should have walked out. I kept looking down. Now, the good thing is the writing was so awful
that it let you just take it out of the story naturally.
Swear. Because the bad guy is so overblown. You know what the bad guy reminds me of is in Tarzan.
Al from
No, you know in Tarzan, the bad guy in Tarzan could be. But you know the other hunter in Tarzan, I can't remember his name. But you know who I'm talking about.
All I know is that I'd play him in the musical.
Like the laughably cartoonish, horrible bad guy that
British,
has no redeeming qualities. Just yes, that guy.
Yeah.
The writing was terrible.
Once Tarzan dead, you understand.
Now, were they underwater scenes lovely? Sure.
I just don't give a I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I really don't. Like, I'm very, very tired. Am I proud of the visual artists who created Avatar 2? Hands down. Do I give a shit? No.
Swear to you, it seemed like the thing was written by the friggin' NRA. I'm not kidding.
Oh
not kidding. God. Like that's how it felt.
Like that's where they got the last 10 million.
Yeah, the whole thing screamed, all we need to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. That was the theme of the movie. Avatar 2, Way of Water, sponsored by the National Rifle Association.
Number one, it's 3 hours long. I don't care.
And no, wait. Not only is it 3 hours long, but if you've had a beverage of any kind, keep in mind 90% of it is underwater. So think about what it does
Just
for
gonna pee the
you.
entire time.
You're not holding it during this
Sigourney
film.
Weaver plays a 14-year-old. Not interested. I want Sigourney Weaver now.
It's
And it's just like I've not even seen it. I don't care. I really don't. I didn't care for the first one. I think any film that is so self-indulgent that it's 3 and a bit hours and it's not jam-packed with a story that needs to be 3, like Tolstoy. Anything Tolstoy, yeah, that should be like 2.5, 3 hours. Sure, it's a long ass book, any of his books. But like Avatar 2, you're making up the story, boo. Like what?
and there were too many. There was only a couple of the 9 different plot points that I was actually engaging with, and the characters were cartoonish. There's no story arc
Like
with
Kate
any of
Winslet
them.
did hide underwater for 7.5 minutes and broke the record. So good.
There you go. Yes,
That's the only good video
I do
that
love
came out
me
of
some Kate
Avatar.
Winslet,
I do
but
too, but not since the holiday.
Yeah.
But I know technically we're talking about Disney, guys, because Way of Water is a Disney film.
Well,
Moana,
and
Way of
therein
Water
lies
is-
the problem, right? I think where the disconnect is happening for me is not that it is a violent action movie. Okay, fine. That's out there. That's been out there. It's that you have a franchise that has a whole land in a Disney theme park. And I think a lot of there were so many kids. She agrees with me. Oh my gosh, she does not look real right now. She looks like a fake cat that you get for Halloween. There are so many parents taking their kids to this movie thinking it's one thing that it is 100% not that.
Is it PG-13?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's some scenes, it's a lot. So anyway,
I don't
proceed with
like the
caution.
land and I don't like the films. I just don't care.
Yeah, we're not doing that. If there's an Avatar day at sea, I'm not going unless I can get a really good deal.
Unless I can talk to the child with the gun and to talk him out of putting it down.
Thank you. Exactly.
Maybe get him a counselor or a therapist.
Yes.
Or some...
Thank you. Well, he's gonna need it. Like that's probably what the next 4 movies are going to be about is that kid. Anyway.
It's going to take another 7 years. Just to
like we're both like, we're exhausted.
We're exhausted from James. James, you exhaust me. No, yeah. So y'all, it's Paula Deen. Y'all, I want to talk about some of our favorite moments that we have filmed in 10 by the time this comes out. Is it 10 months? March, April.
Something
10 months. 10 months of us doing the show. Crazy. Jen, do you have any favorite moments that come to the very tip top of your brain?
Yes.
Okay.
So
go for it,
of
Jen.
course, what's sad for me is like I have really come to look at this time that we spend together every week, just about. It's just like a nice little time for us to chat and hang out. And I am really going to miss that. So although I have loved all of the guests that we've had, we've been so blessed to have great people come on. Therapists and zoologists and people who work with Imagineers and amazing people. I've just felt like the power of the show was just you and me, fella, just being able to chat.
Yeah, I mean, I think my favorite moment is like a week after the first episode came out, and people were like, "Whoa," and I was like, "Whoa," and we all were like, "Whoa," and they're like, it was crazy because it was like we really didn't know. We had an idea, but it was a true definition of like collaboration between you and I, and then by the time we passed the first season, it was a real collaboration between our audience and us. So each season I thought was a really nice addition to the next. There wasn't one episode that I'm not proud of. There was not a single that's what I love about us ending the show is that like we both want to fully commit ourselves to whatever projects we do. And for example, I am in SpongeBob rehearsals right now and we're recording this at 7:30 at night because that's the only available time.
Yeah, I think that. So if I were to say my favorite part, it's when you do something with someone, let me start 34 sentences in one sentence. That would be helpful. When you start something with someone, I personally, because I'm old, am always thinking about how does it end? What does it look like at the end? And I'm really proud of us for that piece of it, because it's rare that you feel safe enough with someone to say, this is how I'm feeling. can we figure out if this is the end before it gets awkward and weird, or you stay too long at the party and then you don't know how to leave and all of the things. And I knew we were both feeling it, but I think you really can tell the quality of a relationship with how you end a project.
Right.
And I just think we handled it. I think we just handled it really well,
I just
Liam. If
think we
I
nailed
do
it.
say,
But no, it was literally like, well, like, let's review our and we did that every season. We stopped and said, great, if we do the season, what does it look like? One, what is the time
right,
commitment? And what new things can we bring to the show every single season? So we never stopped and just sat in our laurels and just kind of like looked at each other. We were always very active. We played an active role
right.
in the projects that we do. And I feel like for any listeners out there who want to take the next step and commit themselves to something that feels fulfilling, understand that you deserve that.
Yes,
Like,
100%.
I was hungry to do something again that I kind of owned, that was mine. I give being an actor, being a musician, you give a lot of power to different people. You have to bring you have to bring your stuff to the party. But at the end of the day, there's a person who signs your paycheck. So to have
Right.
something of our own felt really, really nice, and to collaborate with you felt really, really nice. So
Well,
and it was like, and you haven't collaborated on a consistent basis with somebody in a long time.
right.
So it was like kind of a nice little, we both had that spark that said, great, I think this is going to fulfill both of our missions right now, or part of. And so I
Totally.
just really want to implore anybody out there that, like, take time to understand like what fills your soul, and what's going to take you to the next part of your life. Because I'm in such a part right now where it's like everything kind of feels new, and I'm trying to use old tools on new events, and it just doesn't work. There's a reason it's called growth.
Mhm.
So that's a little something that I thought about when it comes to this show.
You do, and that's things are there for the season that they're there, and when they're no longer serving you, you bless them and you thank them and you move to the next thing. One of the big one of the things I want to make sure we get out is how grateful we are to our patrons
Yeah.
who, had they not started supporting the show when they did, we would have stopped doing this after the first season. Like we wouldn't have been
Yeah.
able to do it as long as we did. They have developed such a great community in and of themselves, which has been awesome to see. So, patrons, if you guys want to, put your Instagram handles to each other, because I will be at this premiere. I think, Liam, you have rehearsal on Saturday, so you may not
I
be
teach
live here
voice
with
lessons
us.
that day.
So I will be in the premiere. And I think y'all should feel free to share Instagram handles, share whatever you want to share, so that those of you that have connected, because even when Liam and I weren't there, I know I even watched on Saturday, I plugged in just for a second and there was like 9 of you watching and the chat was going. And, that type of community is very motivating for me as far as why I do anything. Like I
Right.
don't have a channel that I just put stuff out into the universe and am never in the comment section, and I'm never, talking to people. I just had a brand reach out um that I said no, because I always say no to brands, but they were lots of times they lie to me and I can tell they're lying. Oh, we so love your videos, blah blah blah. I'm like, name 5. You don't love my videos, but this
I say,
particular
name an
brand,
actress that is my age that I would be
yes,
thankful
yeah.
that you did it. And they're
One of my
like,
dogs' names, Wiseacre.
actually,
Um,
that's a good idea. What's my
uh,
dog's name?
Yeah, I'm saying. But they were very specific about the engagement of my audience. And that's something that was important to Liam too. And we carried over. So I don't know. There's a lot here for us to be proud of. And
Yeah.
I'm just, it's not, I won't say it's bittersweet. It's just sweet, because there's no bitter to it. Because it's not like, I'm going to see you. I get to go watch you in your amazing musical, which I'm so excited about. And, it's just friendship. And not only that, I would like y'all to know that not only am I flying to Florida, and the whole trip really is to see him. And then other things are happening in addition to, but I'm also renting a car and driving 40 minutes from Walt Disney World to watch him. So there's a time commitment there, Liam. I
It
want that
is.
noted.
I did get her comps,
He
and my
did. He
parents
did.
don't have comps because they're
This is true.
divorced. And if I give them separately comps, they'll yell at each other. The fact one got a comp and one didn't.
Yeah. And then
So I was like,
also
gotta give it to Jen and her
yeah,
husband.
And then you could be like, except for mom, listen, you live here. She flew all the way here. So that's why
So
she
everybody calm down.
gets the props.
No, it's really, really great. And the fact that I want to add on to the patronage greatness,
Yes.
just and the fact I could name 10 of you, 10 of you who actively reach out to me, out to the show, and just constantly want to have a conversation about and it's never about Disney. They're not really.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm in the park and I take a video of something, they're like, oh, I love that show, or I love this, or I love that. But and the fact that, I mean, Aaron, for example, texted me and said, oh, by the way, I'm coming to see SpongeBob. I'm like, that's so nice.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's not even just that it's nice, it's that when you find good people, no matter how you find them, you want to nurture that and you
Right.
want to celebrate that. It's a very big deal. So
It is. It is. I also want to shout out the start of our season 2. I loved that. Was that the live episode? That was a live episode. The one where we
yeah,
did it
oh,
in the
that was really
contemporary.
fun. Yes, yes, that was really fun.
Yeah,
That was good.
that was so fun. And like it's something so because we were like, it's a little awkward, but we're just gonna record this episode right
We're in
here
a
at the
public
contemporary.
space in a
It's
luxury
great.
hotel on Disney property across from where Nixon recorded his I am not a crook speech.
I
And that's
am
totally
not a
normal.
crook, but
It's
it's
totally
true.
fine.
It's true. It's true. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then what are some of my other favorites? I loved those Disneyland vlogs just because there were some funny moments with Jen and I, like scaring Jen
Yeah.
in front of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And
Which
it was so genuine. It was so genuine. And I did not, and I'd be honest with you, like I tried to scare Jen. I just said hi. Like it was not Dr. Sarah Merrill. Shout out to Dr. Sarah Merrill.
Yay! Who is
Literally.
the silent partner in our
She's actually the
podcast?
silent producer. She actually is the writer of all of our segments.
It's like PBS. Brought to you by the Dr. Sarah Merrill Foundation, working daily to bring you a better and more virtuous world.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Can you tell I used to do voiceover work for doctor's office on hold?
On hold. You are the third in line.
Basically.
I didn't even tell you that I saw an ENT last week, and a lot of you had questions. They're like, what is that? And I went,
what's an ENT?
Or like what do you do at an ENT? Like what's different between being like, I have allergies and like, hey, I'm a singer and I just want to get scoped. Well, each ENT or laryngologist office is different. But this one was like, hey, so we don't have a throat camera, we only have a nose camera. And I went, that sucks. And they were like, yeah. And so they stuck a camera in my nose and it burned. But what's cool is they're like, do you want to watch your camera go in your nose? And I went, yes, because I'm interested in nerdy. And I watched the caverns up my nose to just it's like there's a bunch of crap in there to get to the back of your throat. But Jesus.
Ouch.
It did kind of hurt. But yeah, and then I watched my vocal folds move to make sure everything was healthy. And I said, great.
No notes? No notes?
No notes. Thank God.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
But I mean, they were like, number one, you can hear a very distinct difference in the voice when there is stuff like that. And also nodes takes a super long time to happen. Not a super long time, but like, a lot of hemorrhaging to get to the point of nodes.
I feel like my nodes have healed. I really do.
No, I think I could tell a difference when you're, when you're phonating and you're fine.
Yeah. So I'm saying
I'd be interested. Go get scoped, Jen.
Well, I feel like an ENT for singers is like a sports medicine doc for runners, and even if you're just, you don't need to be a professional like Liam Joshua Munn. You could be just someone who sings in a church choir or someone who just sings for fun or whatever. It's valuable information. And the biggest thing is always dehydration. That's it's not actually overuse that causes the nodes. It's using your voice incorrectly. And then it's also dehydration. And then it's just like dry rubbing against, and that's why you get them. Calluses.
It just kind of stinks. But I mean, and a lot of vocal injuries just happen because what we do is really athletic. And I mean, today I sang for basically 7 hours, 6 hours. So it's like, you got to be, watching yourself. I did a cool down in the car and stayed silent for 30 minutes before showing up here today.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
Very proud
stuff
of you.
like that.
Good
But
discipline.
Oh, it is what it is. It's just like, guys, I gotta wake up and do it again. But yeah, no, it was just cool to have that conversation with y'all. And yeah.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even tell you.
What?
On the ship for the
Oh,
Pixar Day at Sea,
yeah.
they did. I'm gonna have to send you the video because you're gonna die. They did a Captain America USO
Oh, the musical
canteen
thing?
show, and it
You
was
mean
tiny.
Marvel Day at Sea?
Yeah,
That's
Mark.
awesome.
What did I say?
Pixar.
You knew what I meant. Thank you. In my brain, I said Marvel. So the woman that, well, it was a man and a woman that did the show, and then they had three little dancers in the back. It was in a smaller venue, so it felt like very authentic and like the real deal. But the woman's voice,
Oh,
and
I
it
think
was
I heard it.
they did like Andrew's sisters. Did I show it to you or did somebody
Yeah, I
else?
think it was on your Instagram,
Oh my gosh.
on
She
your
was so,
patron.
and not auto-tuned at all. Like you could tell because we're in a small little venue, right? There's no shenanigans going on. Shenanigans? What the hell is a
It's
shenanigan?
shenanigans,
Like
but
a
your
shenanigan mixed with
last
a F
vanilla on
around and
medications. Those shenanigans.
shenanigans.
You know what,
Which
Mama
and if it's
loves.
done by the evil woman in Annie, it's a shenanigan.
This is why I was like, I'm disappearing into the ether.
Okay. Sorry,
But
now
that's
I
not over.
have
That does sound cool. Let me tell you. Oh, I'll tell you guys some drama and some tea that I would tell our patrons, but because our patrons no longer exist,
I
I'll
know.
just tell everybody that I
Well, they
submitted for
exist. It's just the
Disneyland.
account doesn't exist.
Yeah. I submitted for Disneyland's main stage season.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm
Listen, if
I'm happy
Disneyland
for
is
you.
willing to pay me to travel there and stay for 6 months and put me up, yeah, I'm
Oh
going.
yeah, you didn't tell me that part. Or do they
I
take
wouldn't
care
just
of
move.
your lodging?
They at least start it. It's like Disney World. It's like if they cast from New York or any other place, they'll pay for like the first month or two, and then
Okay.
it's your responsibility
Okay.
from there.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that,
All
but
I
of
know
course.
is the audition that was posted. Anybody can look this up. I don't have insider information. Anybody could do this on DisneyAuditions.com, which a lot of you had questions about auditioning for Disney. Y'all use that website. Like, I know you're like, but the website's like overwhelming. I'm like, I get it, but that is the only place you can audition for things that happen that it's produced by Disney.
And they hire, let me just say
They'll
this.
hire anyone. They almost hired
Well,
Jen.
it's not that.
Oh.
What I was going to say is don't just think that you have to be 25 and look like you could, there's lots of different characters required at Disney, and they're not all the same age and size
And to
double
be
zero.
honest, typically like a lot of at least the older equity actors at Disney World, actors I'm talking about, most of them are older.
Yeah.
Like, when
So
I audition for things, it's kind of unusual because they're like, he's 25, 26.
here's what I think is fun, because they
Tell
do
them, Jen.
open auditions at Disney. So you don't have to have, anybody can, go through the application
open call.
process. You may, and do it. If that's a dream that you have, what a fun life experience to go and do, even if it goes absolutely nowhere. Maybe you're someone who's just done like community theater or sung at church. People tell you you would be great at this. Go and see what happens, because you walk through every open door and you never know what's going to happen. And you just go over there to Sherbeth Road. The road that's not
Road. I was like, I thought I was having a stroke for a second. I was like,
no, Sherbert Road. We're casting. That's
Sherbert.
where that road that
oh, I know.
where it
I
is.
just think it's
And
funny. You were just like, Sherbert. And I was
it's
like,
Sherbert Road. You go to Sherbert Road,
you
which
go to
is right by
Sherbert Road off of
Hot
Santa
Fudge
Monica?
Sunday.
Yeah, no, it is cute.
And go do it, because I want to
And
hear
coach
about it.
with me. So then
I'm saying,
Yeah.
I mean, I always used to love to watch that show, even though I had no interest in the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, but they had that reality show
about
where
how
they
they're
would,
getting in and whatnot.
yes,
There's also an
auditioning.
amazing documentary about a chorus line revival in 2006 where they
I saw
filmed.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have 3 teachers in that, and they're like, I'm the one who cried. They didn't get
Auditions
it.
are wild, and especially
Disney
open
ones?
calls like that. You're going to see everybody from every walk of life. And it is like everybody is really rooting for each other in an open call like that. Really.
Yeah.
It's not like a big old ego fest and all of the things. So
Nobody
hell, I'm
cares.
going to do it. Now I want to go do it. I'm going to go audition.
And then Jen's going to sing and then she'll be like, yeah, you did great. And then she'll walk out of there.
Yeah.
And, I hated that.
No,
I
you know what
hated
they're
it.
going to do? They're going to call me for a call back and then never call me. And then they'll call me
Yeah.
for another call
Like
back.
me.
And then I'll go out to Orlando and then they'll call me for another call back.
Cruise line tried to do the same thing. They're like,
It'll be
can you go next week? And I said,
so
no.
awesome. I'll be like, listen, show up with a contract or don't call me.
It's
Okay.
true.
Don't want to leave, but we both know sometimes it's better to go. Somehow I know we'll meet again. Not sure quite where, and I don't know just when. Another stanza from
For the
the
longest
Muppets.
time. No. Yes to that. I have a child in my studio in Orlando, and every week,
You should let them out.
yeah, he's just in there. Hope he's okay. And
I left
all
some
he
water
wants
and
to
some kibble.
sing- All he wants to sing, Muppets theme song.
Yeah.
And we're doing a sequel from the Muppets sequel that they
Yeah.
did with Tina Fey.
Yeah.
And I just have to listen. I have to play that
Over and over and over.
And then I was like, what if we, and then I give him like, and his mom's like, oh, I love that song. You know, I'll give him a new song and the mom will be like, oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, he'll sound great on that. And he'll go, nope. All I want to do is do a little musical number. And then he does a full dance number that he's choreographed. So we do a warm up and then that. But yeah, I'm slowly, and then I'll go, how about you could do Muppets this week if you learn one page of your new song? And he's like, okay. And that's how
I wonder if they realize how lucky they are, because all I know is that Emmett Redmond in Conroe, Texas gave me music and I sang it. So I didn't have these kinds of choices. So I had to sing things like She Touched Me, which doesn't even make any sense. Do you know
Like-
that song?
like
She
your
touched
mom?
me. She put her hand in mine and then she touched me. Do you know this
think I
song?
kind
It's
of-
like
what?
old school. On a Clear Day, sang
Oh,
that. That was
love
my
On a
audition.
Clear
That was my ballad audition song for far too many years.
Day.
You know
On a
why?
clear day.
Now it is good. It shows range, right?
The
On
revival
a
is
clear day. See, you kind of can do the thing.
Yeah.
But man, Emmett Redmond chose that song. I didn't get to choose my songs in vocal coaching.
I give my kids a choice of what 12 to 15 songs in a playlist, and they pick from that typically. And then unless they come in with prepared stuff, they're like, I want to sing this. And I'm like, cool.
I
But
am very, you need to tell them that Emmett Redmond doesn't let you pick. So be happy that you have Liam Joshua Munn as your teacher, because I got stories for days.
It's true.
So,
It's true. Oh, we
just
should probably
saying.
talk about the show.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Where are we?
What's happening? Let me look at all of the podcasts that we have.
Yeah.
Just look at a list of all the episodes.
All the episodes. Oh my gosh.
All 30 of them. I also love our art. Do you love how I just went balls to the wall with our last title? Magic Kingdom is dreamy and so is the TTC. What does that even mean? I was like sitting right here like, that's funny.
Titles.
Magic Kingdom.
Oh, and someone DM'd me, and if you're listening, or did they comment? Maybe they commented this because my whole rant about why are we calling it magic, and they said
they had opinions. Oh, and they called it Kingdom. I was gonna comment and be like, "What the hell?" Girl. I'm also a big fan of one person was like, "Jen's so right, so cringy when people call it magic." And I was like,
it is.
Oh
It's really cringy.
Cringe.
Stop
It's so
doing
cringe.
that. Everyone stop calling it magic. It's just embarrassing.
I'm a big fan of our predictions episode for 2023 because we were right.
Nailed it. The only thing we predicted that hasn't happened is the DVC interest discount, which I feel is coming. So I'm standing by that.
I said PhotoPass was going to get canceled, so I don't think.
So we weren't 100%, but I mean, we did pretty
dang close.
Pretty good.
Oh, we have 100. I love looking through our comments. It's so nice.
We have been very blessed with people that are truly. I got a message the other day from someone that follows my Instagram, watches the channel, listens to the podcast. And you know what she told me?
What's that?
And she is not 25.
Sure.
She is quite a bit older than I am. And she is starting counseling for the first time
Come on, counseling.
and
That's
said that it
important.
was because I opened her eyes to some things that she realized she needed to do that. And I just think,
Period.
I don't think we can fully understand. For my generation, counseling has a lot of taboo. You go a generation ahead of me, and it is
Right.
really taboo. Like, you do not do that. And so, just those kinds of things that have come out of the work that we've done here, as much as we have, cracked wise and been goobers and done all the things. I'm bringing back the word goober, by the way. I feel that we don't use that nearly enough. But yeah, I think there's also been so many really good, really truthful, really honest moments that people were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they just said that.
Right. And it's
Whatever.
like,
And not in a bad way, but like,
no, but and then like, and it's just a transparency way. It's like I worked on this year really trying to be as transparent and truthful with myself. And if
yeah,
that work is being done authentically, naturally the words that you say and the things you want to do in this life, it'll come to, you know what I mean? It'll verbalize. We're gonna talk
right,
about it. So I mean,
right,
I hope that some people are just walk away from this show just feeling like a little bit stronger in your own skin, because the reality is that like there's no point in being anybody else. There just
right.
isn't. And I said that yesterday to my therapist, that it was easier to call myself names than it was to be myself.
Oh,
Like, yeah, like some pretty harsh and awful things I said about myself, because if I say it first, no one else can hurt me the way I hurt myself.
and it's all that mirror situation
Right.
because, there's, as y'all know, I was a pastor for over a decade. So sometimes, the scripture and everything comes out, but everyone always talks about the scripture that says, love others as you love yourself. They forget about the as you love yourself part. Like, love, think that means love others like better than yourself. No, you love others as you love yourself. So that is going to be an outward expression. So if you treat yourself like shit, you're going to treat other people like shit. That's how it works.
Period.
So you think that somehow you're being altruistic by like acting like, because it is acting, right? That you're being
Mhm.
nice to other people and you're terrible to yourself. But the reality is it's just all this part and parcel of the same thing. And
Yeah.
you have to treat yourself with that love and compassion and just grace. We are so bad about not giving ourselves grace for like things that we're so hard on ourselves about, that if our best friend did it, we would forgive them in a second. But if
Right.
we do it to ourselves, we ruminate and we can't stop thinking about it. And, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or I should have done that, or whatever. We've all been through a lot. We got to give ourselves a break.
And I hope that's what the show has introduced to people, as a break,
Yep.
because it certainly
Yep.
was a break for me.
You're in my heart.
Uh,
So until then, want to smile, want to cry, saying goodbye. La, 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 la. It's
nice.
time for saying goodbye. There you go. That's pretty
Wow, that
good,
was
right?
beautiful.
I know,
I'm trying to
right?
look through our episodes, see if there's and is there any other episodes that I really liked? Oh, I mean, I did like Jen's episode, the Animal
Therapist.
Keeper.
Oh, the animal keeper. Yes. Oh my gosh, that was so good.
Yeah.
She
Oh
was
my.
so good. She
Yeah.
opened my eyes to so much stuff about like you just don't realize how much goes into Animal Kingdom Lodge in particular, which is where
Right.
she worked. And if y'all haven't heard that episode, you need to go
Go
back and
do it.
listen
I'll
to it.
link. That'll be
It's
the episode I
so
link for
good.
this one.
So good. And I mean, just if you are tempted to not stop and appreciate the operation that's going on, and how much they care about the animals and why they're doing what they're
Also,
doing.
watch behind the scenes and behind the magic, whatever it's called. The Animal Kingdom docu series is so
Yes.
good, and
Yeah.
I love
So
those
good.
little animals, especially the turtle. That's 100. I love him.
Turtles, like if you get a
They
turtle
live.
as a pet,
They live
you have to
forever.
like
They're gonna
will
outlive
the
you.
turtle. Yeah, they're 100% going to outlive you. We had friends that had a house in Houston that had a big terrarium in the middle, like those 1970s architecture houses. the turtles they bought the house with the turtles, and they weren't allowed to buy the house unless they agreed to take care of the turtles. And then when they sold the house, they had to do the same thing. The turtles were part of the house.
Beautiful. It's like
Yeah.
you pass on the turtles. This
That's
is your
right.
home. This is also the turtles' home.
Yep.
That's
That's right.
beautiful. And just like that, Jen is selling me.
I'm
So
willing
this is
him.
it. I am attached to the Zoom. So she'll just give the Zoom link to somebody else. My friends, what a beautiful, beautiful little time we've had. And this isn't a hard goodbye. So we're not too emotional, just because I think the reality is I'm certainly seeing Jen in a month. But on top of it, we're not done creating stuff together. But this is definitely a goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now. It's a see you real soon.
To see you real soon. Oh, my friends, don't be afraid to follow us on Instagram, because I'll still bother some people and I'll still randomly show up here or there. And my friends, thank you for an incredible 30 weeks, 30 episodes.
Thanks, everybody. We love you. Wait, one more. You got to do one more.
Bye. Episode of Unlimited Time Magic is through. Please follow us on Instagram at Unlimited Time Magic. Support us on Patreon if you'd like to do that. Plenty of benefits. It's really, really great. And we're not on Main Street, but we will see you on Main Street. Look, it's out there. Nailed it.